Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
Well, preparations are underway for the 11th annual Courage Canada Trail Ride at the end of the month.
And it's 1 mile north of Minburn on Range Road 102 and a mile and a half west of Township 504.
The ride offers brain injury survivors a chance to get out on horses in the countryside.
I've heard other survivors say that they look forward to this day and they talk about it the rest of the year.
10% of the money raised stays in the community, paying for next year's ride and for various programs for survivors. The rest is split between programs across the region and the country.
Last year we raised $22,485, and then we donated $1,600 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And since Courage Canada started in 2004, we have raised $122,485 to help brain injury survivors and their family and the Pro Rodeo Sports Medicine team.
You can register online at caccanada.com. The ride kicks off on May 30th. After a rocky start earlier this year, the Canadian Cancer Society kicked off its 15th annual Relay for Life in Lloydminster yesterday. The event had originally been cancelled after the previous planning committee collapsed. Organizers admit it wasn't easy getting things off the ground.
Just with all the hard work that the committee did previously and just the passion that they created in the community, there have been challenges, but for the most part, it's been fantastic because thankfully some of the past committee members have been kind enough to share that information.
Gerwing says 167 people have been registered so far. 44 are cancer survivors. Relay for Life is a national fundraising event where participants take turns walking or running around a track from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. to honor those living with cancer and in memory of those once lost.
It's a very moving and very emotional ceremony. We have it starting at dusk because it shows that just when you get that diagnosis of cancer, it seems as though everything's going to be dark in the future.
And if you'd like to register or volunteer, you can sign up at relayforlife.ca/sask. Organizers are hoping to raise $260,000 in this year's event for cancer patients and their families across Saskatchewan. Relay for Life will take place at Bud Miller Park on May 29th. Well, it's the first weekend of May, and there's still lots going in and around the border city. Heather Clagus is in to let us know what's planned in this week's edition of What's Happening.
Who's On First is a classic comedy sketch that makes you laugh time and time again. And if you want some great laughs, head to Vermilion tomorrow night. At the Legion, they're hosting a comedy night. You've got a chance to see comedian Paul Meyerhag. He's been on Just for Laughs and Yuck Yucks as well. Supper and the show tickets just $35. Things get underway at 5:30 tomorrow. There might be a few kids not taking advantage of this playground this weekend because they'll be busy out at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. There's a couple of year-end dance shows coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You can go around the world in 80 days. 6 o'clock tomorrow, the Dukes of Hazzard on stage. Then Sunday afternoon, it's the Kiwanis Music Festival's final year-end wrap-up concert. If you want to check that out, it gets underway at 2 o'clock. We managed to climb all the way to the top of this rock wall, and you know who's climbed to the top of the country album charts? The Zac Brown Band with their new one, Jekyll and Hyde. And this album has a little bit of everything on it. There's a song you would call a rock song, one that's kind of a big band, Frank Sinatra type of song, even a dance song on this one, but their big hit Homegrown is on it as well. If you want a copy, really easy. Just email your name and daytime phone number to TV contest at newcap.ca. And we want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the new music. And tomorrow morning, a lot of people have their walking shoes all laced up as the MS Walk gets underway out at Bud Miller Park. If you want to make a donation, mswalks.ca, or how about this? Head to the Lloydminster Airport afterwards, the Courtesy Air Hangar. They're hosting a car and small airplane wash, a fundraiser for the MS Society. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clagus, and that's what's happening.